Hello and welcome. Today we're going demo diving again. This is the last Flame demo. I've actually checked it out a little bit. I'm not sure if I want to check them out first on this series or not, but usually I like to just tell you when I find good stuff and not negative stuff. So I usually check things out. So outside of the game, you have a codex right now. It's demo, so you can't really expect too much. And it all just pretty much discover it in game. I've got about 40% of this stuff there. Maybe probably about the same on heroes, and then there's origins, which you kind of do through a camp system, so we'll hopefully see that. So let's get started. Now this is an auto battler game, and I'll go ahead and play on new novice because I am bad at it. All right, and what that means is essentially is that once you set up things, you get to play, and the little guys do it on their own. All right, so there's a ton of interesting things in game though, and that's one thing we're going to look at real quick as we pick our first two people. So it's going to take a few seconds to pick the first two. So each of these people, like at the top here, you'll see melee. This one's ranged. This guy's a tank, and he does support for providing spell power mana regen, as it says. In this case, frost debuff and burn debuff, so this guy does flame and frost, which is pretty nice. He's a melee. We're actually going to end up taking him because we're going to take this person down here. She's a tank, and she also does frost. So we're going to go with that because that is going to basically give us a nice synergy already at the beginning. All right, campfire stuff, so or other stuff. So let's see. We don't want to research. 25% reward from elite fights when victorious. That would be pretty nice. I kind of thinking this 60% more gold might work out, but this would also work out if we see an elite fight. Let's do that just in case we see an elite fight. So off we go. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go through the first couple rooms. We'll do this first room, and then I'm gonna jump ahead so you can see. Well, then what we'll do is we'll go through like these couple fights here, and that way the video is not too long and you get to see like the campfire in the store and that kind of thing. So let's go ahead and do this first one, and you'll see what it is. So the one thing you have to remember is that, and I'll show you that real quick, is whoever the last person you drop is, if they're two equally close people, that's the one that the enemy will go after. The one that you put in position last. You can actually just do what I did there, where you can just click them and it'll switch over. But that's very, very important because otherwise you could have a bunch of dudes coming at all the wrong people, and that's maybe not what we're quite looking for. All right, well, let's see how long it takes. Let's just go for it. Let's go for it. Oh, hey, let's get this guy. He's a tank, so that'll work. We could use an extra tank. Mana regen, minus attack speed, no tanks. Attack plus attack speed and critical strike chance. Very much so, yes. Alright, that is going to go on you, and we're going to put that on him. Now, cool thing on that, you can right click on them, and it'll bring up this screen, and you can see, you know, what their abilities do, and what their, you know, passives are. So in his case, he gains life steal equal to 15% of his defense. His defense is 35, so not great yet, but we can make that better. So let's go ahead, unclick that, proceed. It's only a couple of rooms, so it shouldn't take too much effort. All right, so he is a tank and she is a tank, so we want them to face first, and this dude is going to come from behind because why not? Sadly, he doesn't do the frost, but I don't think that's going to be a problem because he is helping us stay alive. Staying alive is a really good thing. All right, let's see what we got here. This guy provides support. Also, could we use some more support? He's a melee. She's a melee. Burn debuff. Hey, we have the other guy that does both burn and that, so let's do this guy. Yeah, because now we have two synergies going. Burn and frost. All right. Let's see. Ooh. Okay, so we're going to do this, and we're going to put this on this lady right here, and I did this in a different match once, and she got a little out of control with how much shield she could throw down. It was actually kind of funny. She was getting so much shields that nothing could kill her at all. It just was not possible. So we're going to swap that up. We're going to do that. We're going to get her some shields, some building shields going. All right, so now, as you can see, we're starting a few more people. And that's what comes in handy, that you know whoever you drop last is going to be the person that you're doing. See, so I don't want him to get attacked, so I'm just going to do that. And now she's the tank, so she's going to get attacked, but he's going to have the side over there without having to, like, I can do that over here too. And again, it just makes it so you can control who's fighting what. And that way, when you're doing your battles, especially later, when you can get a ton of stuff on screen, and you'll have like a whole bunch of dudes everywhere, it's just so much easier. As long as you remember that one little tiny tip, it makes it a ton easier. All right, what's our hero now? Ooh, you guys don't have anything that I want. Summons. Ooh, summons. Ooh, yeah, let's do that. He does crit. Oh, and he's another tank. Nice, let's do that. We're just all the tanks today. Tanks for the memories. 12% attack speed, 300 hit points, attack damage. That's pretty nice, but I think we're gonna go with that. All right. Now we get to the store, and we can see the store, which is pretty nice. Okay, so store, basically, the shop, you have a dismantle feature. You can dismantle, I think, just weapons. I haven't tried it, though. Never had anything to dismantle when I got to a store. You could obviously buy a... Oh, wow, that's nice. So if I bought him in here, it would actually raise the experience of my... That's nice. I don't remember that being there before, so I think that might be new. What I'm going to do is I find this shop is really good because you can just kind of buy these little cheap items without a problem. I'm going to buy that because I want to see what that does. And then sometimes you'll see something over here in this side that's pretty good. So like that is going to be really nice. And we're going to put it on the guy who gets... The guy who raises his... the defense guy that I don't remember what he does now. And we'll see that in 1 second, though. Alright, so that is the shop. Sadly, there's no... I'd love to see some conversation text or blurbs from the NPC on there. It'd be pretty cool if they did. So, we'll go to the next one. We have one more fight there. Oh, he has went up a level, so... When gaining a shield from any source... I don't think he's doing a lot, but we'll do it anyway. Alright, so we need to forge. Forging allows you to attach a recipe onto an item. We've done it already, but I didn't explain it, so I do want to explain it real quick. So in this case, we go with... We're going to add that to this here shield. And now, that combines it so who we give this to is going to get 40 defense and 5 defense per maximum mana. Now, she has a maximum mana of 6. He has a maximum mana of 6. And he has a maximum mana of 6. So it kind of doesn't matter which one we do that on, except it looks like spell power. Let's see if this this would raise that at all. No, it will not. Okay, so we know that one's not... It's still gonna get... Yeah, it's still good. Because he's still gonna get a bunch of defense. So, hey. And he gets lifesteal. Yeah, that'll work perfect. Alright, for 400 hit points, I think we're going to throw it on her because she kind of just doesn't have necessarily a lot of life. Alright, now we have some of these again, and these will allow you to add experience to a person. So in our case, we are going to add experience to him, and we'll pick his thing. When the fight starts, hero gains... Sure. He gets shield at the beginning of fights now. And we will add our stuff to our other tank. And she's going to summon, because that's cool. So now we'll have all kinds of cool stuff. Let's see. Do we have enough to get anybody else? No. So what we're going to do here is we're going to click that so it stops. We're going to come over here, because I'd like to just get that front right there done. And she is going to be here. Alright. I want him. There we go. Because what I'm trying to do with the positioning is just get as many people on one person as possible, because the difference between an injured opponent and a fully alive opponent is nothing when it comes to damage. But if I can get everybody to focus on 1 or 2 targets, I can take those down pretty quick, and we end up just kind of overwhelming them through the power of attrition at that point. So the game is actually super fun. It's actually one of the better auto battlers I've played, but I haven't played a lot of them, so I could be off on that one. So this is probably, most of the ones that I saw were PvP, and I just wasn't interested in that. 10% chance to stun, attack speed. Hey, let's go with that. Alright. Alright, now I'll show you the campfire, and we will probably do that boss fight too. This is actually making pretty good time. So here's the origins, which was in the codex out there. So each of these origins just affects you, and you can have one origin going at a time, and you can swap them at the campfire. So in our case, we are going to... Ooh, that's tempting, because I think I'm going to have a lot of summons out next. That's tempting too. It's 25% of attack damage. For every critical strike dealt, all heroes gain 5% shield. No, we'll do this. We'll do this. Everybody's going to be there. So let's go ahead and enchant. Enchanting doubles the effect. So we will enchant this, and then we'll enchant another thing, and we'll take a look at what they look like afterwards, so you can see why I said we should do that. Alright. Normally you would be if this value hits 0, you lose your run. So even if you lose all your heroes in the fight, it doesn't necessarily kill them, but you do have to make sure you have enough of that. And I think you take it for damage and you'd use it for some other stuff. Normally that would be you would get it back at the campfire. I didn't this time because we just want to show everything off. So here's our big boss guy. So in this case we have 3, and I do not want them hitting me in the booty. So we are gonna take this guy, and we're gonna have him down there, and we are going, no, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and do that, because we're gonna just have to, okay, heals the lowest hero. So who should do that? You sir, you can heal the lowest hero. So let's get his thing back on him. He was the guy with this, yeah, it was the guy with the beard. I remember that much now. Let's get this up a level real quick. Every time hero critical strikes, gain 5 gold. Sure, why not? Do we have anybody else that needs to go up in levels? Yes, but he can't. Alright, so basically the big boss fights tend to have a lot of... These is not necessarily a boss fight. This would be an elite fight. They tend to have a lot of... Either a lot of little guys and one big guy, or like this, a couple of big guys. Now in our case, we have a ton of shielding going on. We've got a couple of minions on both sides. We've got just everything going on. And you can see her, like I said, she's barely taken any damage. She just wasn't taking damage for the most part because of all the shields she's putting out now. So if you're trying this out, which I think you should, building into shields is definitely not a bad thing. We're going to grab Zog here because he actually has a shield too. These items are really nice because they just let you tailor your run. The RNG's there, but it really does make it... oh, relics by that. Relics. I'm actually glad we did that because a relic is good. Alright, so relics affect the run in sort of an outside way, like a top-down way. Usually they'll like this. They'll give something for every hero, or like this. You gain 7 spirit summons, up to 7 summons in total. 1 spirit summon and add 1 to your summon count. That's just... I honestly don't even know what this means. So we will take it. Alright. That is... Let me proceed and I'll show you. The big boss is at the end, and there's events like these. Where am I at? 14 minutes? Let's do this event real quick. Big boss is just basically a fight of the same... of what you've seen, but with a boss in one... usually one single one, or one with a couple of things in the room, or a handful of extra minions. So... events like this give you a way to do something. In this case, we would either lose an item, lose half our life, or we would lose, half our gold, or we can fight them. So obviously, I'm going to fight them. But that is the perfect time to stop because you've seen pretty much everything except for the bosses. As the demos go, I think this has a lot of potential on being a very fun game. The graphics, I really like them. I like the way the animations, the way they look. It's actually a really good demo. And again, demo, free. This will be linked in the description to both the demo and the prologue page. The prologue, I'm assuming, will be the demo, because I've had a couple other companies I've noticed do that lately. So I will link to both the main page and the prologue page, and that way if the demo is no longer up, the prologue should be up, and you can try it that way. So, thank you all for watching. Hopefully I'll see you in the next one, and if you'd like to help the channel out, subscribe for more, and maybe give it a thumbs up or whatever YouTube jazz you do. And hopefully we will see you back here.